Oh, hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let me show you that uh, how we can create our precast assembly models. So before that, you must have your structural element. So you already know how to create all the structural element, your structural walls, your beam and column, your floors and slab, everything you know. And after that, come to this precast and then go for this configuration. First, it will load all these families will be synchronized for your project, and then you can configure all the settings for your parts.
Sir,
Yes,
so this precast option is not available in 2019.
are you sure?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, then go for the 2020 version.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Okay, now you will get this configuration list. I hope this configuration list window is visible, right? Hello,
Yes,
guys.
sir, it's visible.
Yes. Okay, right. Now you see that we have this concrete, and within that we have this wall and slab and all these other annotation and dimensioning. All right. So we have this multi-layered wall, solid wall we have, and for these we have these settings, we have this configuration. So first I will go to the wall, and for the solid wall I have the part, and these parts are for your precast members. So there are lifters. So for solid wall, how you gonna lift that precast? Okay, the precast member. So for that we have these types: solid wall, lifter, or these are the type. So you can just choose any one from the list. Okay, and this is the configuration. You can see. All right. So you have the minimum distance for this lifters, all the lifters, where it will be placed. So these lifters are kind of a uh, hole from that you lift. There are minimum distance from edge, minimum distance to the opening. If there is any opening in your wall, so where it will be placed. So minimum distance from the opening, and tension capacity and all these things. So these are the configuration you will be setting, and we have the segment for each precast member segment. You can define these values like minimum wall length and maximum wall length, what will be, and as per the wall it will divide into equal length, equal dividation. Okay, with that, so you mention what will be the minimum wall length and what will be the maximum wall length, and then you go for the minimum wall height and the maximum wall height. So here you can mention everything. All right, so I'm not going to change here right now. Uh, I'm okay with all these things. Fine. So later we can change it. And about the reinforcement, so about the reinforcement, here we have to provide all these settings for area reinforcement type and age reinforcement type. We have these bars. So for one layer, one particular layer, you can go for this edit. For two layers, for front face and back face, you go for this rebar two layer option. So there you have this edit option, and what kind of reinforcement you are providing. You are providing any mesh, steel mesh, or steel bar that we are generally providing, and the position inside, outside, or center. So you can mention it. All right, and accordingly it will be placed, and any cover offset. So from the inside, you put cover offset, and then what will be the rebar type for the inside, for the outside we have, and the maximum distance, how much distance it will be followed. So it will be generally this is for the distribution. You want to specify the numbers or the distance. So I hope you remember this thing while placing the reinforcement. While placing the reinforcement also we had these kind of things, right? So there we can mention the maximum distance. If you mention the maximum distance, so it will maintain the maximum distance, and within the total length of your wall, uh, it will create the total number of steel members according to this maximum distance. And the bar direction horizontal and this vertical. Okay, so all these things we can mention. So about this reinforcement, I will mention it later. Let me click on OK. So now I will show you that how we can go for this uh, these walls into precast walls. Okay, so for that, go to this split element after configuring it. Otherwise, you cannot control the length and all, and the height and all. So right now the current height is, let me go to elevation. Let me show you. Sorry, just a second. Okay, so the current height within the maximum height we have mentioned. So we will not have any problem with that. And now let's go for the split. And then we will select this one. And after selecting it, we have to click on this finish from this option bar. So click on finish, and then this whole wall will be divided into assemblies. So click on finish. So here you can see that operation has been started and this is created. So the lifters are provided. There you can see this lifters are provided. Okay. So this is one part, and accordingly all these are created as per the total length. These equal dividation has been created. Okay, fine. And now suppose if you want to create any opening there, so you can provide any opening. So for that, let me go to the level 2, I guess. And let me have the fine details. And this is the west side. Let me go to the south one. This is the south side. You can see that this is the south side where I have created this assemblies for precast members. And this is the structural framing. Just a second. Let me go for wireframe. Okay, just a second. Let me go to north. And okay, so this is level 1. It is in level 1. And okay, so let me go to this footing level. So I'll go to this one. Yeah. Now I can have it. Okay. And then if I want to create any wall opening, I will go to modify. Sorry, architecture. Then I have this wall opening and I can create any wall opening there. So I have created this wall opening. Let me check from here. Okay, so here it is created, as you can see, right? And after that, you can press tab to select it and you can adjust the height and all. Okay, so you can go to the elevation and from there you can adjust the height. So this is the south elevation. Go to south elevation there. And there you have this. Okay, and press tab to select this one, and then you can adjust the height from here. So it will be with proper dimension and all. And after that, we can provide reinforcement for these. Okay, so go to the precast and then go for the configuration and come to the wall reinforcement. Okay, so for all the elements like slab, we have the reinforcement. So for slab, we will go with this reinforcement. Okay, we will define these settings in this slab reinforcement for slabs. And now for wall, I'll go to this reinforcement, and here we will mention about the corner bars. What will be the corner bar? Okay, uh, corner bar type and cutout dimension, overlapping length. So overlapping length, let me go with 13 into 50. That will be 650. Okay, and number of layers you can mention like one or two or three. So I'll go with the one, and the cutout dimension, that is fine. Now click on OK, and U bars and all. So if you want to place any U bars there, so it's not needed because we don't need any U bars for that particular segment. So any straight bars you are adding, so you can mention the overlapping length and all. So for here, I will mention 500 and cutout dimension, that is okay. And rebar two layers. So here you can mention the position where it will be placed. So I'm going with the center, and the cover offset you can mention like mm, 2 inches or 50 mm, right? And the rebar type, here it is, the rebar type. Okay, and the maximum distance. So you can go for the maximum distance 150 mm and 150 mm. For this, for the both, you can mention the same diameter. Okay, and distribution offset start from 75 and 75. That's fine. Click on OK. So this is the settings we have mentioned, and then I'll go to the reinforcement option, and then I will select this one. I will select this one, and then go for finish. Okay, and there also you can mention that area reinforcement. So for this, we need the area reinforcement and edge reinforcement. So area reinforcement, we have mentioned that that will be rebar two layers, and the edge reinforcement, that is corner bar. Okay, and if you need any U bar or L bar, so you can mention that like this way. And and you need to edit it. You can come here, and again you can go for edit, and then click on OK. And let me open with wireframe view, and there you can see. Okay.
Um,
Yes.
Sandeep, this is a shear wall, right?
Yes, this is a precast wall. You can use it as shear wall.
So you were adding reinforcement inside of it.
Right.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this is how we do it. The reinforcement option. So if you want to mention everything, all the settings and all, go to configuration, and then you split and the reinforcement we have. All right. Now let me get back my realistic view. And for this slab, we will make it as precast slab. Okay, we'll make it as precast slab. So for that, again, go to this split. And before that, you can go to the configuration option, and there you have this solid slab. Do you want to make it hollow core slab? So there you can mention the segmentation, the minimum width and segment gap and all. So there you can mention. So you will have all the datas accordingly. You have to set it here about the segmentation. So minimum slab width and minimum maximum slab width. So for the minimum slab width, I'll go with 1500 and maximum weight here it is mentioned. And any gap you want to provide, so there you can provide the gap for your assemblies. So I'll not go with the that much of uh, gap. So generally 5 gap I can provide. So click on OK. And after that, I will go this split and here I can choose this floor and then I can go for finish. Okay. And it will ask you that what kind of slab you want to make it. Do you want to make it a solid slab, hollow core slab or girder slab? So that is okay. We have mentioned the solid slab. So before finalizing it, make sure you have done the right configuration and then only click on OK. Could not perform segmentation according to the preset configuration. Please check the configuration settings and try it. Okay, so if you go to the configurations, uh, the part, the solid lifter, minimum distance of lifter to slab edge, that is fine. The slab lifters are there. Segmentation, the minimum slab width. Let me mention the 500 and maximum slab width. Let me go with 2000. Okay, click on OK. And now let me go for the split again. Let me select it and go for finish, go for solid slab, and there it is done. Okay, as per this, not all lifters could be placed with the preset configuration. Please insert them manually. Okay, so all the lifters cannot be placed properly, so we can place them manually. Okay, so that's what it's asking to place manual. So here we have this mounting part. So we have to load some manual parts. Okay, so this was actually disabled. So that's why I couldn't get that. Let me select them one by one. Okay, now done. Let me go for finish. And now they are added. Okay, so we have enabled it. And again, you want to suppose you want to add any assemblies like the uh, lifters. So you have to load these lifters. So for that, we have this manual option. So right now, no elements are added in this assemblies. No such elements are added. So you can go to the insert option. Insert, load family, go to the English library and there you will find out the structural precast, and you have mounting parts. So you have this solid slab lifter, hollow core slab lifter, girder slab lifter, and all this you have. Okay, and you can click on open. Let me go to the precast. I don't know that it will work right now. Should. Okay, yes, it's no elements were added in this assemblies. Let me check in the configuration there. The part, this is the solid slab lifter. Let me change the type, and the data folder location here also it's showing, right? Here you can see that this is the data folder location. So from here also you can mention that English, then structural precast, go for mounting parts. Okay, and you have to select that folder. Cannot found, please verify the integrity of the configured content folder. There is something wrong, I guess, that folder, I don't know. Let me choose that English Imperial and structural precast mounting parts. This is the folder. Let me select the folder. Uh, okay, so there is, I think there is something wrong with the families. I will cover this part in the next class. I have to check all this and then I will fix it in next class. I will show you that how to manually place all these mounting parts for your precast assemblies. Okay, so in the next class, I will show you. Now, for your precast model and your precast members, you can easily create any shop drawings. Okay, before creating your shop drawings, you need the views, right? Like the plan view for that member or that assembly, and the section view and the detail view, right? And the material takeoff for that member. So I'm going to show you for this particular assembly. Okay, and the similar way you can do it for all other assemblies. So generally we have this option, create views, and here you can mention what views you need, like the plan, the section A, the section B you need, the elevation light, elevation front or left or right, what you need, the material takeoff, the part list, what you need, and any rebar schedule. Okay, any other schedule like the structural connection. So here we don't have any structural connection. So okay, so these are the views what we need. And if you have any particular template for that, you can choose that view template, right? So you all know what is about view template. So you can choose that particular view template from the type we have already created. And you mentioned the sheet with the title block and all. Okay, so we have this A1 metric and this we already have like these solid wall. For solid wall we have A3 paper size. So these things we already have as per this precast assembly. So you can choose this solid wall A3 as the sheet, and with this particular scale you can put all these views in that sheet, and you can click on OK. And this is the plan detail, right? And if you go to the sheet, you will see that this sheet, uh, just a second, this is the plan. Oh, sorry, I have just created the views, right? I just clicked on that create view option. I haven't generated the sheet. So the views are created right now. All the views are created. Okay. Now we will go to this shop drawing. So before this shop drawing, you can go to the configuration, and for this solid wall, there is a shop drawing option, and you see that shop drawing template, that is solid wall A3, and any center of gravity mark you want to provide. So there you can give that center of gravity or this annotation and all. You can just provide that, and dimension type, what will be the dimension type for uh, placing in the sheet. And for this dimension, the distance to reference and distance between dimension, these are the things. And the dimension line, for dimension line, the extension and the outline, what will be. So you can mention that. So right now, let's click on OK, and you can define that type also about that. So the shop drawings, and during the shop drawing also you can choose what are the views. Okay, and the sheet you can choose, and then go for click on OK. This is the plan detail. Go for okay, so that is already created. Just a second. So there you can see that these views are already created, right? So there you can find out all this, and you can go to this rebar schedule. This is the rebar schedule, and here you have this sheet. Okay, this is the sheet A101 sheet, and let me click on edit this family. Just a second. Yes, so this is the sheet, and okay, so here it is. This is the sheet, So I don't know, I was missing that. Okay, so probably it was not created properly. So I just generated it again. Just I select this again. I, I selected it and go to the precast and click on this shop drawings, and uh, with the views of this particular assembly, the shop drawings is created. So here it is, the shop drawing, and there you can see these are the views which we have mentioned. Okay, and this is the rebar list. You can see this is the rebar list, and this is the part list, and this is the material takeoff. And for this, let me break it into two. Now let me place it over there, and here let me place it. Okay, and you can place it over there. All right, and here you can see that all these dimensions are properly placed within the view. If you want to change anything, just double click over there, and here you can change these dimension. So generally by double clicking, you activate the view. You can also select it, and then you can click on this activate view. And if you want to add the uh, title line, so here you can choose from the type selector that title with no line or title with line. If you want to add this as elevation top and all, okay, so you can add this, and after that you can adjust the position. This you can adjust the position of it, and for others also you can add the view name. Okay, so you can just select for this viewport and go to the type selector, and from the type selector choose the viewport style. This is title no line, like this you can add. So here you can add it like that. Just a second. Yeah, so now you can place it like that, or else you can place it like that. And for placing this one, it's like without this line, it's really going to be hard for selecting it. So what you can do, you can go with this title with line, and then click on it, and just a second, let me select it, and I can place it over there or there. And after that, I can go for title with no line, and there it is placed. And I think this way I can select it. Yes. Okay, after deselecting it, I can select it like this. And this way we can place it. Okay, so this is the way we can generally create a shop drawing. So shop drawing is the drawing where all the details for fabrication and manufacturings are provided, and the estimations are provided. So all the plan view, your elevation view, section details, and the isometric or the 3D view will be added. Your material takeoff will be added, and all the other project related informations in the title box will be added. This is about the shop drawings. So shop drawings will be provided during the LOD 300 to 400. You can provide during LOD 350 to LOD 400. This is must, because LOD 350 is like your good for construction stage, where you provide all the details for construction. You created the model for the construction, and you need to create these sheets, your shop drawings, so that these can be executed in the side, and for your manufacturing and for assemblies, as because these are the precast members, so for assemblies all the details will be there also. Okay, so this is all about the precast and creating your shop drawings. So I hope you understand, and this is all for today. If you have any queries, let me know.